see if I can do this again, because I think it's important to beat this down. Open it up. Okay, so work with me here now. The moving line, that green line, that's the thing that's changing, right? That's your threshold. I'm going to spend 10 weeks developing my base. I'm not going to do any high intensity training. It's a waste of time. Right now I need to build my base. So your threshold starts marching north, right? And then you go, okay, now it's time to go into higher intensity stuff, more track stuff, anaerobic training. Guess what happens? It's going to shift back the other way. So you spend 10 weeks trying to create something that you subtract from your development in a matter of a couple weeks. And so it's like a tug of war. This guy pulls, this guy pulls, this guy pulls, this guy pulls. When it's all said and done, you're right where you started. So I don't want to segregate work. I want to be inclusive. I want to respect the needs of development of different aspects of my training for the task that I have ahead. So let's just take you, for example, you want to do long stuff, and you want to do ultramarathon. If you just slow your roll and just focus on low intensity stuff, you're going to absolutely finish that event. But it ain't going to be quite as pretty as it will be if your fitness came with you. Because when you want to push pace, it's going to be your fitness that's going to get you there. If you start to delve into that lactate and you're not comfortable being there, it's going to make you slow back down. If you're comfortable being there, you're going to process that lactate. It's going to come back to you as an energy rebate, and it's going to go back into your working muscles as an assist to the energy you burn from your aerobic engine. So the carbohydrates you're burning, it's going to give some of it back to you in a rebate. That's what the body does. So being devoid of any of those components, middle of the road intensity, like little over threshold, high intensity, like VO2 max type efforts, base-oriented stuff, aerobic stuff, it should be inclusive in all. I don't want to say all, but the majority of your training should look like that. So let's just say a hypothetical day, you're going to go out and run. You're scheduled to, you want to go out for a couple hours. Somewhere in that couple hours, I would like to see you spend a little time over your threshold, a little less time probably, a few times tagging some really high heart rates. And the majority of the time, I'd want to settle back into that pace that we're looking for. But I want to roll in and out of this the entire trip. So nothing was left off the table. If you looked at it in percentages, it might look like 65% aerobic influence, 15% anaerobic influence, and whatever the math leaves out for more high intensity, something like that. Doesn't have to be that way all the time. Sometimes maybe more high intensity, the workout in common is shorter duration, sprinkled in with some aerobic recoveries, but you're just basically, you're going through all the gears. You're not going to go through and just shove it into fourth gear and muddy down the road. You're going to back it into a gear and pick it up a little bit, and then you want to pay attention to what your brain is saying to you. This is a little much, Sarah. You need to back up a little bit. Okay, feel pretty good now. Let's try it again. Oh, look at that. This is easier now than it was the first time you tried it. You'll start noticing the latitude that you gain. You start to create more pace with less effort because you're in it. It's not foreign to you. People that do this low intensity, long duration, all the time kind of training, if I take them over a threshold, it's like a vampire in the sun. They're like, yeah! As soon as they get a little bit of toxicity in their body, they freak out. Their body shits the bed. And it's because they just don't know it. They're not comfortable with that. And they assume it's the devil. They assume that doing that is a bad idea. No, it's not. No questions yet? Any pushback?